Hello and welcome to another Bloomburrow draft. Today, I am sitting at rank number 266. That's right, we've had a pretty quick run here. I've been playing almost exclusively through these daily videos, and we went from Plat 4 to Mythic in very short order. So we've been doing pretty well in this format. The volume might not be as high because I haven't been doing as many drafts offline, but we make up for that in quality. AKA drafting squirrels. Anyways, I'm gonna hop into this draft, but before I do, I did want to say that this video is brought to you by tcgplayer.com. Check out tcgplayer.com for any TCG singles or sealed product that you may need. If you want to purchase anything through tcgplayer.com, make sure you click on that affiliate link in the description below. Additionally, this video is brought to you by heavyplay.com. Heavyplay.com is the place to go for premium Magic the Gathering accessories. You want deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, they got it. Check them out. Heavyplay.com/paulcheon will get you 10% off your first order. Okay, we've done 3 drafts in a row with squirrels. Can we try something different this time around? We'll see. Maybe a sweet rare in a different color. Okay, Manifold Mouse. 2 mana, 1/2, Offspring 2. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target mouse you control gains your choice of double strike or trample until end of turn. This card seems incredible in red-white. Just turning on Valiant every single turn and having 2 copies of that seems amazing. There's Consumed by Greed, and I can't imagine there's anything really worth considering other than these 2 cards. Mind Whisker is also fine, but it's blue. So I'm going to look at Consumed by Greed or Manifold Mouse. Well, I did what I say. I want to try something different. I absolutely love Consumed by Greed as a removal spell, but Manifold Mouse seems super duper sweet. I think you primarily want this in your red-white decks, but I think it's just good in any deck. So let's first pick the Manifold Mouse and see if red-white is the direction that we can go. All right, heading into this pack, we have Consumed by Greed, Brambleguard Veteran, and I think those are the 2 best cards here. There's a Steam Path Charger, but I think that's enough worse, where I don't really want to take its second pick. There's also an Alania's Pathmaker, but I think it's really between the Consumed by Greed and the Veteran. And I'm just going to take Consumed by Greed. I don't mind just trying anything, and this is just a very good removal spell. I do recognize that we did pass a copy of Consumed by Greed, but that's not going to stop me from taking what I believe to be the best card in this pack. And now, we have this. Not seeing a whole lot of red or white cards, but this is, of course, only pack number 3. Here, I believe the best card in the pack is the Moonstone Harbinger. The Bonecash Overseer can be nice, but this is mostly a black-green card. And wow, this pack is actually awful. The only playable card, really, is the Moonstone Harbinger. Actually, I guess if you wanted to go red-white, you can play this Thistledown Players, but I do think it's enough worse than the Harbinger that I'm just going to take the Harbinger and see where things go. This is a card that you can just get very late, very easily. Okay. Man, these packs are pretty underwhelming here. Really feels, I mean, this is only 2 picks afterwards, but I'm just not seeing any red or white cards here. Definitely seeing some black. So I don't really know what my combination needs to be. This pack is also quite bad. There's a Playful Shove, which is okay. I am a pretty big fan of Daggerfang Duo, and I might just take that. If I did want to end up in the black-white bat stacks, certainly could consider taking the Waxwane Cleric, but I don't think this is necessarily a strong enough signal to move into black-white, and I'm just a really big fan of the duo in general. So I'm just going to take this here. Works well with the Consumed by Greed. There's a million copies of Bandit's Talent, but that doesn't really mean anything. And so we're just going to keep going down this direction and see what's available here. There's a Plume-Creed Escort, but I don't think that's enough. This is good enough to have me kind of move down the direction of trying to be blue-black. We have Thornplate Intimidator for a black card, and then Steam Path Charger and Head of the Homestead here. I could take Head of the Homestead, or I can just take an Intimidator. I'm just going to keep taking black cards here. There's just nothing here that really tells me to go in a certain direction. So I'm just going to take the card in a color that I know that's absolutely something that I want to be playing based on what I've seen so far. Okay, so now we have an interesting pick. We have Shrike Force, which is just a decent flyer, Harnesser of Storms, which I'm not a big fan of unless I have a ton of spells. And then there's also Roughshod Duo. So the question is, do I want to take Shrike Force and maybe look into perhaps a black-white deck? or take the Roughshod Duo, even though I really haven't seen a whole lot of red. No removal spells. You know, I'm going to take the Shrike Force. I think black-white feels like it might be a little more open than a red. So let's take the Shrike Force here and see what's available from what we have. And now we have this pack. Wow, that's a 7th pick, 3-Tree Scribe, and a Longstock Brawl. I feel like this might be a little bit of a bait, though. I just don't see anything else. But, I mean, what else are we really considering out of this pack? There's a Might of the Meek, a Rabbit Response. Yeah, this is just kind of a weak pack in general. I don't really like Rabbit Response unless I'm the Rabbit deck. You know, I'm just going to avoid green this time around. I'm going to take Might of the Meek in case red maybe happens to be a thing that we want to do. And of course, now we see a late Treeguard Duo. But like I said, I'm just going to avoid green in this pack, in this draft. I'll just take another Thornplate Intimidator and see where things go. Wow, okay. God. Is green just always open? I don't understand. Green is such a good color. I'll take Head of the Homestead here. Perfectly fine card if we want to go black-white. And given that we're perhaps considering going black-white, if I do end up in black-white, I do think the Waxwing Witness is good if I can find more synergies to go with it, and I do like it over the Intimidator. There's also an Uncharted Haven, which is fine. Here I'll take an Heirloom Epic. Not too happy about it, but yeah, red was pretty cut off. Black-white definitely feels like something that we need to be, although we didn't get a lot of the good signpost stuff. But outside of the Harbinger, but this still looks like, this definitely still feels like something that we can work with here. Here we open a Wick, the World Mine. It's a 4-mana 2/4 that makes a 1/1 snail, but it's Grixis mana to actually do something cool. I think I'm just going to take another Consumed by Greed. You know how much I love this card. Great removal spell. There's a Moonrise Cleric, which I do really like in black-white because it triggers stuff like the Waxwing Witnesses and the Moonstone Harbingers. So this, along with the 2-mana 1/2 flyer that gains you a life whenever a creature comes into play, are pretty important if you're trying to do the black-white thing and trying to use the synergies. So, but I'm going to take the Consumed by Greed here. Great removal spell, and hopefully we can get some of the Signpost Commons to go with what we have so far. And here, it's unfortunate. I'm happy enough with this. I don't like taking its second pick, but I will take Life Creed Duo here. We have no 2-drops in our deck, so certainly fine. What is Valley Flamecaller? Sure. It's like a 3-mana 4/3 and it pumps all your stuff, but let's go ahead and take Life Creed Duo. Red was certainly not very open in pack number 1, and try to see what happens if we try to move it into a black-white deck. Now we have Builder's Talent. I don't know how good this card is. Let me read this. You make an 0/4 wall whenever one or more non-creature, non-land permanents, so like enchantments and such. There's Parting Gust. That's basically it. I want to try this, and I need a 2-drop anyways. So I will try this and see if I can make something happen. What's good with this? Like Banishing Light, non-creature, non-land. Okay, so you need to play permanents that are not creatures or lands. Okay. Here we have, don't really care about the Overseer. Do I want to take Waxwing Witness number 3? I feel like I'm going to get these for free. I mean, this pack is pretty bad in general. I can take a Scales of Shale if I want some Combat Trick. I'll take the Combat Trick. I don't think it's very good, but I'm going to take it here. Here I will take Carrot Cake. I think it's just a really solid card in any deck. But you can use it to gain life on demand, which is really nice. It's a 2-drop. I do like Glide Dive Duo, but I think 5s are just easier to get than 2s. So let's go ahead and take Carrot Cake here. Also good with the Builder's Talent. And here, I guess I'll take another copy of Scales of Shale. I would rather not. Okay, well, there's a Moonstone Harbinger 7th pick. So this does tell me that black-white as a color combination is likely open. It's a pretty good sign here. Bunch of Flyers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2-man Strike Force is not a bet. Another pack with 3-Tree Scribe and Longstock Brawl. Guess I'll take a Bandit's Talent, but I don't think I'm going to play it in this type of deck. And now there's a Lupin Flower Village. I guess I'll take this here. I feel like I'm going to get that other Waxwing Witness on the wheel. And I think this is a pretty cool card to play. Nope, nope, nope. It looks like somebody else is doing the black-white thing. Oh, there is a Waxwing Witness and a Longstalk Brawl last pick. That's crazy. But the one card that didn't table is the Moonrise Cleric. So maybe that does mean somebody is in black-white as well. The Moonrise Cleric is just not a card you generally want to play unless you're both black and white. What I've learned historically, just 3 mana cards that have 2 pips of one color, not good. Here we opened 2 on-color rares, both of which are very, very good. We have Rottenmouth Viper and Jackdaw Savior. So what's better? Let me read this again. As an additional... Is this a bat? It gets 2 drops back. I only have 1 2-drop. Okay, so I actually think it's the Rottenmouth Viper. The reason being is I only have 1 2-mana creature right now. So I just feel like there's going to be a lot of instances. Oh, another creature with flying. Never mind. Never mind. I take that back. I have lots of flyers. I have triple Waxwing Witness. Okay, I think that was close. Let me know what you think. Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but hey, I feel like the strategy of this deck is just a bunch of flyers, so that's good. Downwind Ambusher is fantastic, so I'm going to slam that over the wick. All right, lots of 4s here. Is this a Dewdrop Cure deck? Probably not. Repel Calamity, though, is a really solid removal spell, so I'm going to take that. I think I'm going to take that over Dewdrop Cure. So we have Parting Gust, Repel Calamity, double Consumed by Greed. Our mana is not perfect, and, well, there's a card here that allows us, that makes our mana better. There's an Uncharted Haven, which I like, double black, double white. So, happy enough taking that out of this pack that has basically nothing for us. There's a Clement, Tidecaller Mentor as some signpost cards. Perhaps we need it to be green, I don't know. Now we have the choice between Glide Dive Duo, Repel Calamity, and Feather of Flight. I wonder if it's actually just Glide Dive Duo. I have Triple Witness, Double Harbinger. This one feels a little weird, but I think I want to pick up my first copy of Glide Dive Duo. I just feel like this card's excellent. And now I'll take Starseer Mentor, also excellent. So we just picked up some really, really nice 5-mana creatures. And yes, Moonrise Cleric is exactly the type of card that we want. Glide Dive Duo also works really, really well with the Jackdaw Savior that we have. We have basically almost all flyers. One card that I'm really missing that I haven't seen at all is the Sonar card, the 2-mana deal 4 damage thing that gains me 3 life if I have a bat. I just didn't see a single copy of that card. Here I'll take an Agate Blade Assassin and I'll definitely play it. It being able to trigger my Harbingers and my Waxwing Witnesses on attack is pretty nice. And then that makes the Scales of Shell a little better as well. Now I'm going to take... I don't think this is a Ravine Raider deck, so I'll just take another Scales. It's a lot of Scales. It's a lot of Scales. All right. I think this deck ended up okay. Oh, wow. Feather of Flight last pick. I would love to put that on an Agate Blade Assassin. I mean, the thing is, it's not that insane because literally almost all my cards fly. So we'll see how good it actually ends up being. But this is kind of what we have right now. And we got to think about some cuts. All right. So we need to make a couple of cuts. I think I can easily cut 1 copy of Scales of Shell at least. I also don't like Parting Gust only because it's so hard to cast. And because I want to lean heavier on my black with the Consumed by Greed, I think I can probably cut the Parting Gust as well. I want to try the Builder's Talent. Not only, the thing is, I just don't have that many 2-drops. And I think the game plan for this deck is to play kind of a defensive game plan. So just having a wall is fine. And then win with my flyers, right? So this plus the Carrot Cake gives me access to 4 2-mana cards. And I think that's kind of the approach that we want to take here. I don't think I need more expensive cards. We have Thistledown Players, which I do think is worse than my other 3s. There's Bandit's Talent, which I don't think does a whole lot. And then there's Thornplate Intimidator as our only other option. There's also Heirloom Epic. Don't think I like this card. Yeah, I think the last card is basically Daggerfang Duo versus something else. But I don't mind this that much because I do have double Consumed by Greed. So just having a way to self-mill is pretty nice. And then I also have the Jackdaw Savior. So I do have 3 cards that care about things in my graveyard because I am interested in recurring them. So I think I will go ahead and play the Daggerfang Duo. And it's just a really good ground blocker. And look, I have 4 4s and 3 5s. And I do think I like all of these over the Thornplate Intimidator. So we'll just go ahead and cut that one. So this is what we're going to play. I don't think I want the Grotto though. And we'll play something like this. This gives us even distribution. And yeah, we'll go with this. 17 lands, and let's give this a whirl, see how this goes. Now, before round one starts, I did want to say, if you've enjoyed all of this content, the best way to support the channel, outside of course, subscribing, is by joining my Patreon. Patreon.com/paulcheon is the link, and I do want to give a special shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for your support, as it allows me to continue making all of this wonderful limited content. Access to the Patreon will get you access to early access videos, along with Patreon exclusive videos and a whole bunch of other stuff, depending on the tier that you choose to join. Okay, on the play here, I have 2 swamps, duo, double harbinger. If I don't draw a land, even if I draw land, this hand's like not super great. I'm gonna mulligan this hand. I just can't play anything. I'm gonna keep this, bottom a swamp because I have Head of the Homestead. It's interesting because I do have Consumed by Greed in my deck as well, but I'm just gonna plan around what I have in my hand. Got some Waxwing Witnesses here. Daggerfang Duo was pretty good against red-green. Milled a Plains and a Moonstone Harbinger. Really wish we had more ways to just trigger, like, life gain. We have the 2-mana 1/2 flyer, and then we have the 3-mana 2/3 flyer, I guess, as options. No attacks with the duo. Happy enough trading that with basically any attacker. Hivespine Wolverine, goodness. Now this is a curve. Like, red-green is not the best archetype, but this is certainly one way to have it be good. All right, well, that's enough incentive for me to block. But they have two gigantic creatures still in play. I will play Head of the Homestead here. Happy enough trying to block with Head of the Homestead plus a token here. I might even triple block to kill the Wandertail Mentor. Consumed by Greed would be an excellent draw. Definitely. I mean, it's kind of just like trying to trade with one creature, and if they have a combat trick, so be it. Or a removal spell. Hey, I am happy with that trade. Because we still have a bunny left over. But they have 5 cards and we have 2. So I'm not necessarily happy with what's happening right now. If you ask me if I think I'm winning, I would say definitely not. They are hitting us very hard. This card's pretty solid, by the way. Blacksmith's Talent. If you can get this up, basically having double strike and haste on anything that you play is really, really strong. I wonder if they're going to level up the talent or just try to trigger the Bruiser plus Wandertail Mentor. Like, if they have anything to play out of their hand, boom, these get turned on. Yeah, and we are simply just getting overpowered here. This is just kind of nuts. Yep, we will take 7. All right, we need a Consumed by Greed. Or a way to gain life, I don't know. Or a land, I don't know. Yeah, this deck definitely feels much weaker when I don't have any of the ways to gain life. So they can tick this up twice. It costs 7 mana, which is what I think they're going to do. And then basically what that means is this is going to be a giant double striker. They could have put it here. Under Mentor. All right. This is 10 damage and 14 damage. Oh my. I can triple block the Mentor to kill it, but I feel like I need to block the Trampler. I'm going to just take this because this thing is just, it's hopeless. So I think we do this, and then we do something like that. All right. And too little, too late, sadly. Yep. This thing just straight up kills us. We're at 3 life. That thing hits really hard. All right. Well, played against a very, very solid red-green start. Not much to be said over there. My hand wasn't particularly good either. But let's move on. All right, opponent on the play here. Oh, we at least have a Feather of Flight to at least distribute 1 counter here. Turn 2 Builder's Talent. Level this up, put Feather and Flight. Make just the best wall of all time. It's an option. I might do it if I need to draw mana source number 4. And a lot of my creatures fly. But obviously giving Downwind Ambusher wings also sounds really, really nice. But I'm only going to do that if I have a 3-drop to play. Oh, that's a 2-drop to play. That is amazing with Feather of Flight. Interesting. That's really interesting. So I didn't play the Builder's Talent because if they just play a rat, it becomes a 4-1. So then the Builder's Talent just doesn't really become a great blocker anyways. Ooh, Fountain Port. Don't want the games to go too long. All right, how do I want to do this? I think I'm just going to play Builder's Talent. Then tick it up. And then we'll just pass. Next turn, we can just go Downwind Ambusher to just kill the Marshstalker, which is pretty good. Return target non-creature, non-land permanent from your graveyard. I don't have very many of those. Like, that's not even that... Yeah, you killed my wall. Good job. So how do I want to do this, is the question. I can turn this into a 2-4. That's not particularly good. As weird as this sounds, I think I just play this and just kill the Marshstalker before I can get countered. And I'm happy enough trading Downwind Ambushers and then trying to win with the creatures that we have here. Oh, Storm Chaser's Talon, okay. This is the best use of my mana. I don't really want to attack into a 1/1 prowess creature. Although, I guess I can give it +1/+1, but I'm just going to wait and then just play a flyer. Yep. So 3 cards in hand from the opponent. They can get back the Nocturnal Hunger with the talent, so do need to be mindful of that. All right. The thing is, if they had a counterspell, I feel like they would have played it previously. So we're just gonna take this slow. They might have another removal spell. Oh, sure. I'll draw that. kind of spinning our wheels here. They have 3 spells in hand. A nice, tricky little blue-black deck. But I mean, this is what I'm doing. Yep, good for you. I mean, you know, holding off on this Feather of Flight is proving to be quite nice. They're just passing and representing removal spells every single turn. At some point, they're going to have to activate that Storm Chaser's talent. Okay, so this is an interesting turn. If I do this, it trades with the Downwind Ambusher. All right. This just allowed me to put a lot of pressure on them, and now I have 2 big flyers. And I know they have Nocturnal Hunger, but I can get back the Feather of Flight here. So it's just constantly making it awkward for my opponent, and I'm still adding to the board here with the Moonrise Cleric, not giving them an opportunity to tick this up. Next turn, we'll just attack with both flyers. They're going to kill the Downwind Ambusher, and then I'm going to play Head of the Homestead. Again, continuing to apply pressure. Just give me a food. Yeah, that's better. Oh! I have never played with this card. I didn't realize it triggers off of food, so it's a lot better in green-white. Okay. I will take it. I bet they're wishing that they actually took 2 damage instead here. Unless they have an answer for the Moonrise Cleric. Okay, Thunder Trap Trainer. They were thinking about getting maximum value, but I think we have just a little too much pressure here. All right, Head of the Homestead. They're at 7. We have a big flyer. They need to answer this. They need to answer this. Let's see what they do. They have 1 card remaining. I'm just going to add more to the board here, honestly. Like, just play the Daggerfang duo here as well. And then next turn we can get back the Feather of Light. Oh, milled away 2 lands. Just how he drew it up. All right, we have 6 creatures to their 1. Okay. The thing is, they played a bunch of decent cards, and that's just kind of how blue-black plays out. I don't know. It's like you can have a bunch of good removal spells, but at least in this format, that's not what the format's all about, right? It's you're playing to your synergies, and just the creatures are really, really solid. Things are pretty aggressive, so it's harder to draft like a good control deck unless you have permanents of your own that can help you stabilize. Okay. Hey, we do have Life Cree Duo. We don't have anything to go with it, but we have a good number of cards that go with that. Probably going to play it here turn 2. Definitely need land source number 3. Carrot Cake from the opponent. I do have a Builder's Talent, but like I said, I don't really have a whole lot to go with this. I think I have exactly 2 cards. Would certainly like more, but my thought, the reason being is I just don't have enough 2s. I only have, this is one of my 4 2-drops, so I feel like I'm just playing it as a necessity, and then there's small upside. Certainly there are decks that could take advantage of this much better than my deck. Okay, our opponent doing something similar to what we're trying to do. Black-white chose not to self-mill. That's interesting. I'm self-milling all day, every day. Hey, and we hit Feather of Flight, which is actually nice, because that's something we can get back with the Builder's Talent. It's a late game thing, but it is a thing. Looks like they're killing my Daggerfang Duo and hitting me for 4. Okay. And then making a token end of turn. So, solid turn here from the opponent. Oh, and never mind. Another Carrot Cake. This card's so good. I think maybe the name makes it feel like it's not very good. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, I cast Carrot Cake. But Carrot Cake is legit. I don't really feel like blocking a rabbit and having this die to some kind of combat trick, so this is just going to attack every single turn. Next turn, we'll play Glide Dive Duo. Get that going. And continue attacking in the skies. Yeah. Do I have a lizard in play? Oh, this thing is a bat lizard. Okay. I was like, how did this get cheaper? Feed the site. Okay, sure. Yeah, their deck's nice. Next turn, the plan is going to be Downwind Ambusher. Kill a rabbit, eat a rabbit. Nom 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 nom. This turn, we're going to take 6. Nom 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 nom. So many tokens. Alright, you know, this turn, maybe I'm supposed to keep the duo back. Yeah, I think so. We're going to keep this one back this turn and just pass. And kind of force the action. If they have a combat trick for the rabbit, then I can ambush. Goodness! How many carrot cakes do you have? I would love a bunch of them, but I didn't see any. I saw the one. If they have that rabbit pump spell, oof. Interesting. They probably have some kind of combat trick, I don't know. Which is why I didn't run out the ambusher. Like, I want them to be the first one to blink. Like, if they have Crumb and get it, then I can blow them out with the Downwind Ambusher. Why are they targeting their Daggerfang duo? Sure. Alright, well, I'm still gonna play this out. Just to use my mana and have something in play. The life gain from this is actually quite nice. Just every turn. I'm at 8 life. I'm going to hold this back to trade with the duo. Is this upkeep? I don't know. This Repel Calamity doesn't seem so good against Black-White. I guess it kills the Waxwayne Witness. Yep. Okay. All right, so what do we do? We're at 7 life. Oh, it attaches. Let's put it here. Where do I want to attach this? Where do I want to put a +1/+1 counter? I guess on this? Oh, I played my land drop. Okay. Well, it drew me a card, but it's not insane. They've done a lot of scrying, a lot of carrot caking, Fell, Feed the Cycle, Nocturnal Hunger, triple carrot cake. Like, their deck is the real deal. Answering all of our threats. Maybe I should have put the counter on the duo, given how I'm playing this so far. Come on. Come on. Not cool. All right, well, blocking the duo, I guess, and going for Scales of Shale, maybe? Whoa. Okay, I guess we block like this then. I'm really hoping they just have nothing. If they have something, this is so brutal. I feel like I'm the one who has to play the Scales of Shale here right now on the duo. If they pass priority, like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to cast Scales on my flyer? I hope they just have a removal spell for my wall. That would be an utter blowout. I see. Okay. This is fine. All right. That was at least an okay exchange. Nothing to kill with Repel Calamity. And another land! Great! Given that we're at 5 and they're at 24, I can't really attack with the duo. This is in play to block the rabbit. They've probably scryed a bunch of lands to the bottom, and we've drawn 10 lands. Oh my gosh. That's gross. I hope they've double pumped the Ambusher. No. They needed to double pump the Ambusher. Oh, it's power or toughness? Oh my gosh. This is every time I play a card for the first time, this is what happens. Every time I play a card for the first time, this is what happens. Wow, that card's way better than I thought. I should have blocked here if they have an indestructible card. Yeah, I should have blocked in case they have Crumb and get it. No, just don't have Crumb and get it. All right. Good thing I double checked the card. Wait, could I have done something earlier? Oh, man. I might have. Okay, well, that was a good exchange for us, but I mean, mana source number 11, you know? Them's the beats. The thing is, at some point, our opponent will probably hit a land pocket, right? At some point. Welcome to Floodsville, USA. Population, me. Oh, come on. They drew the stupid bunny thing. I don't really have a choice here, but they drew the +2/+1 card. And if they did, then it's just over. Yeah, you know, it's what it is. That's silly. Like, we're here drawing 11 lands. They're just top decking Intrepid Rabbit into Rabbit Response. That's you know, seems fair. Like, I don't even, yeah. Oh, sorry. 12 lands. 12 lands. Them's the beats. It was it was a decent game, all things considered, right? Given the fact that we drew all those lands, we still made a pretty decent fight out of it. And we are now 1-2 back against the wall. Gonna hope to try to salvage at least a 3-3 with this draft. Okay, 1-2. We are on the play. And gonna keep this hand, 4 lands, Moonstone Harbinger, Waxwing Witness, and a Downwind Ambusher. All right, black. On the Uncharted Haven. Now we just need to find a way to gain some life. Hit them with the hello before we get rolled. Okay, that is a play. Builder's Talent, get that wall going, along with my Fliers. Okay. Another black-white deck here. Hey, we drew a life gain source. Agate Blade Assassin. Now, if they play another rat this turn, we can just go Ambusher. Nope, it's a Moonrise Cleric. All right. Waxwing Witness from us. We're setting up here, slowly. If I draw land number 5, then I can go Harbinger plus Assassin, which is pretty reasonable. With Downwind Ambusher up, so I can still at least get the 1 trigger and then still finish something off. I wonder what to do if they attack me with the Moonrise Cleric. Yeah, the fact that I didn't see a single copy of that Sonar Strike or whatever, a little sad. They're probably gonna kill. Okay, looks like they're going after the. It's one of these. I'm not even sure what to take myself. All right, so they're gonna take the Harbinger and attack with the Cleric. No, attacking with the Cleric is bad. Because then they gain 1, and then I hit them for 2. I mean, they could have a crumb and get it. Yeah, that's a... I don't like that attack. Alright, let's hit them for 2. And set up. Let's see what they play here turn 5. Maybe a Glide Dive Duo. Problem with our deck, we just don't have that many like rares or bombs or anything. It's just a synergy deck, but didn't quite get there on all the synergies, so it's just a very kind of mediocre deck, I feel. I mean, it's got the quote-unquote right cards in a lot of instances, but still, it's not that strong. And them passing with all that mana up is extremely scary. But that's not going to stop me. What you got for me? You got a trick for your Marstalker. You got a removal spell, Consumed by Greed. Interesting. I'm going to play Downwind Ambusher. Kill the Marstalker so my assassin lives, and then sack the Ambusher. Boom. Now let's pick this up. Alright, and that means our Consumed by Greed is going to be really nice because I can get back the Ambusher. And if they play something big here, I can make them sacrifice that so my assassin won't actually die. Ugh. That's a stinker. Yeah, I mean, if they attack me, though, that's fine, right? Like, I hit them back, so it's not even that big of a deal. Yeah. Trigger, trigger! Alright, they're at 5 life. We have Downwind Ambusher in hand. They just played Jolly Gerbils. Into... Glide Dive Duo. Okay. I don't know why they keep doing that. Alright. How do I want to do this? Yeah, it's just attack. I want to get those triggers. That is a really good exchange for us, if that's what they do. Glide Dive Duo down. My Agate Blade Assassin lives. They're at 3, I'm at 17. I get another trigger here with the Assassin. Everything looking good. Harbinger, not the worst draw. Head of the Homestead, a great draw. All the triggers. So this goes here, maybe this... No, well, everything has Death Touch, so... Alright. Let's play Head of the Homestead here. If they play that season that makes me sack 5 things, I'll still have Head of the Homestead in play. Starseer Mentor from the opponent. Okay. We got one. We got one. Agate Blade Assassin doing some work. Doing the synergy thing. The synergy thing got us there, and we are now 2-2. And just trying to come up with a respectable finish here, just because, you know, trying this archetype for the first time, and unclear if I was even supposed to be this color combination. This was a tricky draft. All right, on the play here, Builder's Talent, Feather of Flight, gonna keep. Playing against the Pasta Pirate. I would be very mad if somebody pirated my pasta. Wouldn't you? Seems extremely rude. All right, I don't have a 3-drop. Well, no, sorry, I take that back. I have the Harbinger, so I would like to draw land number 3. Would like to draw a swamp specifically. Okay, mulligan for the opponent. Ooh, that's a very red forest. Okay. So things that make food. White doesn't really make food. I guess pairing it with green and then also carrot cake, banishing light. Those are the things it's good with. Ugh. I'm just doing this to try to not miss my land drop. Oh well. We missed our land drop. Next turn we get to play, I don't know, Harbinger maybe? Like, I know I missed out on a counter opportunity, but... They could have Nocturnal Hunger here. In which case, maybe I want to play the duo. But they could also have Savor. So I'll play the Harbinger. Oh my gosh. That's brutal. And I didn't draw third black. This is one of the better cards in the format. It's I've been very, very impressed by Darkstar Augur. Oh, man. Get their life total low, that's all we can do. But they're drawing... I mean, or they just... Hopefully they just reveal ridiculously expensive cards. Nope, that's... This is just going to draw them too many cards. You know what's weird is, I think it's just because of the sizing of this. This is a really sweet card. But like Dark Confidant in Limited wasn't particularly good because a 2-mana 2/1 body's not very strong. But a 3-mana 2/3 flyer with the same effect, it's a big, big difference because this helps you close out games too. And the Offspring is nice too. Just you can chump with it if you need while continuing to develop your board. Tree Guard Duo, okay. Just no land again. That's cool. That is certainly cool. Stop hitting lands! Come on! This is supposed to hurt you! They've revealed 4 cards and taken 2 damage. Okay. Wow, they really don't care about their life total. Gosh. All right, please die. Please die. There's 4. And another's land. We just, I guess, need to hold on here. We need to hold on for dear life. They have a Treetop Sentries with 2 cards in the graveyard. They can definitely just play it. I have a Scales of Shade, which is a decent trick. The thing is, they can also just try to... they can also just block with Darkstar Augur, right? So, also an option. They can use the Teapot or the Share Pot to kill something. It's not a great use of their mana, though. And they don't want to play Keen Eye Curator? Huh. Okay. I mean, at this point, do I even attack? I think I don't. All right, they took 2 and they took... Oh, they're at 1 life! Okay. Well, now they're gonna have to, like, spend their mana to, like, sack their food so they don't die. They played a Swamp. Maybe they're playing Treetop Sentries here as another blocker. Tree Guard Duo. Okay. I might go for a chump block here. This is a lot of damage. 6? No, I'll take 6. Alright, they're at 4 life. Come on, Darkstar Augur, kill them! 3? Oh no, so close! Oh my gosh, every turn it's so close. I think they have to sack this Heaped Harvest. The thing is, yeah. Well, this is this Darkstar Augur, it's drawn them so many cards. They're at 4 life again. What do you got? Just die to your cards, come on! So next turn, I can attack with all 3. They're probably going to block these 2. And then I can use Scales of Shale on my Harbinger, get him down to 1. And then it's just, they have a higher than 50% chance to die to the Augur. Oh, never mind. Oh, and that gets them a food. Excellent. All right, so now they're at 7. Oh, man. We drew a Swamp. I've Consumed by Greed. It doesn't do much. I think I'm just playing the Starseer Mentor here. All right, come on! 2, 4. They're at 3. What? This is wild. This is wild. We're trying our best to hold on here, but man. Removal spell is very strong. They're going to use that to kill the Starseer Mentor. The big thing is just if they don't find a way to gain life, right? Then the Augurs have a really good chance of killing them. As long as they just don't, like, none of the things that we see here gain them life. Their deck looks very solid, though. Yep, unsurprisingly, they kill my Mentor. High Spine Wolverine does what? kills my feather. Okay. I have Consumed by Greed available. Next turn. Oh, they're gonna fight again. Polywallop. Wow, what a turn. Okay. They're still at 3 life. Keen-Eye Cure. Okay, so this is it. This is it. It's, will my opponent die to Darkstar Augur? That's what this turn's about. Wow. It's literally, will our opponent die to Darkstar Augur triggers? They're at 3 life with 2 Darkstar Augur triggers available to them. Block. I kill this. I block this, and I take 6. Or I block this and gain 2. And I go to 8. Alright. Come on, Darkstar Augur! Kill them! Please! 2! Okay, here it is! They're at 1! Come on! Come on! Yes! You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Bum, bum, bum. That was great. That was excellent. Okay, hey. Now if we finish 3 and 3, that's fine. Our opponent just killed themselves with Darkstar Augur. We survived. They play that thing turn 4. The problem was they couldn't really muster up enough pressure and couldn't attack with their flyers, because if they attacked me with their flyers, I attacked them back with my flyers. And so they just ended up with too many cards, and they just couldn't deploy all their resources in time. All right, opponent on the play here. Our hand is okay. We draw this thing every game. It's one of our worst cards, sure. We got this Consumed by Greed, so we got turn 2 Life Creed Duo into Builder's Talent. Oh, Sun Shower Druid probably is a sign that they're blue-green. Alright, Hidden Grotto. At least they won't play a Pawn Prophet here. But we will go turn 2 Duo and then just keep playing out our flyers. 3 Tree Scribe, okay. Getting scary. Oh, wow. A tap land. Okay. That's very good for me, I'm pretty sure. The question is, do I play Builder's Talent or Jackdaw Savior? Probably Jackdaw Savior. And just try to race this. I think they have a Polywallop, but they don't want to use it. But if they had a Polywallop, they should have used it before I blocked. Nope, it's... wait. Well, that was also a misstep, I guess. Is this a good turn to play Builder's Talent? Not a great use of my mana. I take 4. I'll just play Jackdaw Savior. I can play Builder's Talent next turn. This allows me to kind of pressure their life total, and then I can still try to stabilize with the talent. If I draw a land, I can play Waxwing Witness. The Scales of Shale also help swing the race in our favor, if that's what they do. And never mind, they played Clement. Okay, well, now things are going to be really tough. That's super strong. Wow, Clement plus 3 Tree Scribe, like they are living the dream. This is nuts. Why didn't they play this to pump this? Okay, well, hopefully they pump the Clement, and then I can use Consume by Greed if I draw a Swamp. There's a lot of ifs here. Never mind. Did not have that as an option. And we are in big, big trouble. I'm going to take a more risky line just because of how behind I feel I am. I'm going to leave up Scales of Shale and just hope that that's good. Like, I'm going to hope that they go for a fight spell or a bite spell maybe. Or just hope that they attack and then just get them that way. Yeah, like, how am I beating this? Clement Sunshower Druid with 3-tree Scribe in play? This is the dream. This is exactly what you want in blue-green. So, really, really nice to see. I haven't been able to pull this off. I mean, obviously you need to get Clement to be able to pull this off, but this is just an amazing combination here from our opponent. I just gotta do what I can to survive here. They can kill my duo, but just getting that 4/6 off the battlefield. I still have Jackdaw Savior in play. What are they gonna do? Like, bounce the Keen-Eye Curator? This is so sick! Oh no, they just put a counter. And our mana just betraying us here. This is just too much, I think. I don't really see us coming back from this. They still have 3 cards in hand. They have a bunch of mana. This is just amazing. And this card's just really good too. And they also did a good job of not pumping the Clement. And that plays around Consumed by Greed. Cash grab, and they got Bushy Bodyguard or Waterspout Warden. They took the Waterspout Warden. They're going to play it, bounce the Sunshower Druid, put 2+1/+1. This is just insane. This is actually insane. Can't they tap it for mana? They should tap this for mana before they bounce it. Not that it matters. I'm conceding. This is just too much. GG's. That is a really, really awesome engine that my opponent got going. And really, really hard for us to beat that. So, unfortunately, we finished with a 3-3 record. But I think, given how we started with the 1-2, I am satisfied with the 3-3. I think this deck started out very hopeful with the first pick Manifold Mouse. But red didn't seem especially available. I took some removal spells with the black cards, but black and white wasn't super... I mean, we did get a couple of the Harbingers, but we didn't get... It wasn't perfect, right? It had some filler cards, and the curve wasn't great. And I think for that reason, it just didn't quite have enough to get there. So this is a very average looking deck. And unsurprisingly, it went 3-3. I think that's kind of the record I would expect with a deck like this. 3-3, maybe 4-3. So given our start, it is what it is, right? But at least I got to see it in action. And at least we got a really fun game against that opponent with the Darkstar Augur, where we held on for dear life and got them to die to themselves with the double trigger from the Augur every single turn. Hopefully we can turn things around. We had 3 trophies in a row. Of course, the heater can't continue forever, but you know what this means? This is just a reset. We reset, and then hopefully we can win the next 3 drafts in a row. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Feel free to hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed all of this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. It's patreon.com/paulcheon. Shout out to all the patrons. And finally, this video is brought to you by tcgplayer.com. tcgplayer.com is the place to go for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. Click that affiliate link in the description below. And if you want Magic the Gathering supplies, check out heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.